don't know, maybe it's because we're so used to it throughout Super Rugby. Every team had so many different things to deal with, but we've sort of just been rolling with the punches. Obviously it's not ideal, but in terms of disruptiveness, surprisingly it hasn't been too much at all. Coaches are stepping up. We've got a really experienced leadership group now when you look around our group, and one that I trust immensely. And so we've got guys in the full pack like Sir Brodie and Sammy Whitelock who taking charge of things there, and Bodie runs a pretty good cutter out the back. So guys are just stepping up, and it's been a good first few days.
How's it been with Joe in for the first time in All Blacks camp, a new face in the coaching group? What's the morning been like with Joe?
Yeah, how lucky are we to be able to call on someone like Joe Schmidt. It's been awesome. I think, to be honest, he's only just been in this morning, so and he'll only be in, I think, Tuesday, Thursday to help out on the training park. He's helping out with defence predominantly, but it's nice to have some wise eyes looking over things.
Do you take more, or is there more of a responsibility that falls to that senior leadership group? You just mentioned it before, but when you have kind of 3 assistant coaches go down in a test week, first test week of the year, do you guys, the senior group, get together at all to discuss maybe the extra responsibility you guys need to take, and maybe how that week might look for you guys as a playing group?
Yeah, look, we'll meet a couple of times each week regardless. If anything, when we come into a training week, we have a real emphasis on, as the week wears on, you hear sort of less of the coaches' voices and more of ours as leaders. And if anything, it's just sort of promoted that maybe a day or so earlier. Monday's just about learning and getting our plays on board. And our leaders and the guys in key positions get their head around those really early, and then just about driving those and the different skills and areas we want to target. So but it's been, like I said, it's been a good couple of days so far.
Sam, with Joe coming in on such a kind of temporary basis, has he brought in any new ideas and particularly, I guess, insights into the Irish team with him?
No, not that I know of. He was predominantly helping out the backs when we had forwards units this morning, so to be honest I haven't actually worked with him on the training park, and I think we've got our structures and our things in place, which Scott McLeod, defence coach, has set up, and I can't imagine Joe Schmidt's going to come in and change anything about that. He's just about sort of lending another pair of eyes and chipping in and being able to coach sort of on the run at training and give instant feedback to players, but nothing that's sort of new, I suppose.
Have you had much of a chance to chat to Will? How is he doing in the wake of this news?
No, obviously not chatting to him because he's locked in his room.
I meant on phone.
No, look, to be honest, it's terrible timing for Jill, for everyone who's got COVID. But yeah, we feel for him, and I haven't had a chance to chat when he was found out this morning. We've sort of had meetings and then straight to training. So look, we've talked about before, but there's a lot of depth and competition for places, and it just means I don't know if Jill was going to be starting or not, but I'd say there's a pretty good chance. It just means someone else will step up in his place, and another opportunity for someone, and hopefully COVID doesn't knock him around too much, and realistically he's probably only a chance for the third test.
I know you guys are kind of all taking everything on the chin and very cool and calm and things, but at some point does it kind of start to feel like everything that could go wrong is going wrong a bit at the moment?
No, not really, to be honest. I think there's a lot more that could go wrong, and we certainly focus on the good things and what are going well, rather than focusing on what isn't or who we don't have. And we've got plenty of good players and plenty of good coaches still here and available, and we put out a very strong team, and we're really excited for the challenge that Ireland's going to bring in. To play them at a packed out Eden Park is going to be special.
So you mentioned that it's the sold out Eden Park and big start to the year in Ireland. What sort of shifts would you hope to see, or ask the team to make from last year?
I think we'll put a bit of heat on our full pack to step up, particularly like set piece and collisions. It's no secret, like Test rugby is about dominating collisions and winning small inches and moments like that. So focus on that, playing smart footy, and a strong defence, a defence that can create pressure and create turnovers and opportunities for guys out wide.
You've got 6 new guys in here. Go alongside them, and some of them may get a crack, some of them might not. How have they fitted in?
fitted in really well. We had a awesome few days, well, pretty much a whole week last week, and those few days up Kirikiri, a bit of sort of downtime and getting to know each other, got to know some of those new boys, hear their stories a wee bit, and I think it's been great for them to be able to come in with the pressure of the test week after having had last week to sort of find their feet a little bit. I've been really impressed with them.
Sam, given what happened tail end of last year, does this feel like a pivotal series, an important series for the All Blacks?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I suppose you could say almost every series or every game campaign has real importance, but I think there's certainly that like stone in your shoe or rock under the beach towel sort of feeling because of how we finished last year. It's certainly a challenging year on many fronts, but yeah, we've been really looking forward to this campaign, and now it's finally here.
In that sense, what are the keys to getting a week like this with its disruptions and I guess the different sort of turns it's taken? What are the keys to getting this week right from your point of view?
Well, it's making sure we finish the week in terms of training and like the content we want to put out. The guys aren't real busy in the head with like so much new stuff or so much new language and what we're trying to get out there. So a lot of work on Monday, Tuesday, becoming familiar with what we're going to do, and then at the back end of the week, hopefully we can just trust instincts and go out there and play footy and not be slowed down by what we should or shouldn't be doing. Just be able to rip in. So it's getting that balance and not putting too much information in everyone's heads, so that we can just play footy.
Sam, how are you personally after sort of having drew towards the end of Super Rugby? How are you feeling?
Yeah, really good, thanks. Well, I was stoked to be able to just get the game in before this campaign. Despite it only being 30 minutes, and then every week it's been feeling better and been able to get some good Ks in the legs after the nature of that injury, not being able to run for a few weeks. So, really happy with everything.
Sam, logistically, with the coaches that are out, how are things working for you guys as a captain and the other leaders? How much contact and how are you going about that?
I will touch base just on the phone briefly each day, but if anything, it's just a couple of the other coaches stepping up in meetings, a lot of the players are presenting, which isn't actually really any different to normal. The coaches will zoom in, but they won't have any input. They'll just be there, keep an eye on things, and they can just get a feel for it. But it's hard to get a feel into coaching and not in the room itself. And I think we all agree it's the best thing to allow the people who are currently here to steer the ship. But we know that they're working hard behind the scenes, looking at footage, having little one-on-ones with guys, little conversations, to make sure they can help out where they can without being sort of disruptive.
Sam, would you be expecting Ireland to be radically different to the team you encountered in November, or pretty much the same sort of beast that they were then?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think we've got 2 games effectively in the space of 4 days, so I have to assume there's only going to be a couple backing up, maybe on the bench, so we'll probably get a pretty good idea when they name the side to play the Maldives.